2,000 years ago, two men separated by the entire span of Roman society arrived at the same iron truth. One was Marcus Aurelius, Emperor of Rome, the most powerful man in the known world, commander of armies, ruler of millions. The other was Epictetus, born a slave, who lived much of his life owned by another man, with almost nothing, not even his own freedom. The emperor and the slave. You could not invent two more opposite lives. And yet both men, studying the same philosophy, built their strength on the exact same principle, a principle that made the emperor unshakable on the battlefield and made the slave freer in his chains than most free men ever are. The principle is this: master what is within your control, and stop trying to command what is not. The Stoics called it the dichotomy of control, and it is, quite simply, one of the most powerful disciplines a human being can forge. Today, we forge it in ourselves. This is Spartan Ethnos. Let's begin. First, understand the principle, because its power lies in how brutally clear it is. Epictetus, the former slave, taught that the foundation of all strength is knowing the difference between what is up to you and what is not. And the dividing line is sharp. What is within your control? Your actions. Your choices. Your effort. Your discipline. Your response to whatever happens. In short, what you do and how you meet the world. That domain is yours completely, and no man, no circumstance, no enemy can take it from you without your consent. What is not within your control? Everything else. Other people's choices and opinions. The outcomes of your efforts. Victory or defeat. Praise or blame. Fortune, loss, the actions of the world around you. You may influence these things, but you cannot command them. They are not yours. Here's why this made both an emperor and a slave unbreakable. If your strength depends on things outside your control, winning, being praised, having circumstances go your way, then your strength is fragile, because those things can be taken at any moment. But if you anchor your strength in what you do control, your own discipline, effort, and response, then nothing external can break you. The slave understood this. They could chain his body, but they could not touch his choices, his character, his response. And the emperor understood it too. He could lose a battle, but he could not be made to abandon his own discipline and virtue. Both were unbreakable for the same reason. They built their strength on the one ground no one could take. Now let's make this a discipline you can forge, because understanding it is nothing, living it is everything. The weak man ties his strength to outcomes. He is elated when he wins and shattered when he loses, because he's built his sense of himself on results he does not control. He rages at other people's opinions, tries to force circumstances, and exhausts himself fighting the uncontrollable, and when the uncontrollable inevitably doesn't obey him, he breaks. His strength is at the mercy of the world. The forged man ties his strength to his own effort and response, the things he controls. He trains as hard as he can, that's in his control, and then accepts the outcome, which isn't. He does his duty to the utmost, and releases his grip on whether he's rewarded for it. He controls his discipline, his standards, his conduct, and he stops demanding that the world, other people, or fortune bend to his will. And because his strength rests on ground no one can touch, he cannot be broken by defeat, insult, or misfortune. He has made himself, in the truest sense, unconquerable. Consider the warrior facing battle. He cannot control whether he wins, that depends on the enemy, on chance, on 1,000 factors beyond him. What he controls is his preparation, his courage, his discipline, his conduct in the fight. So the forged warrior pours everything into those, and holds the outcome loosely. Win or lose, he knows he met the moment with everything that was his to give, and that is a strength no defeat can erase. This is how men have faced impossible odds with calm, not by controlling the outcome, but by mastering completely the only things that were ever theirs. So here is the protocol, the discipline of control, forged in 3 parts. Discipline 1. Know your domain, ruthlessly. In any situation, especially a hard one, immediately separate what you control from what you don't. Your effort, your response, your conduct, yours. The outcome, others' choices, the verdict of fortune, not yours. This clarity is the foundation of all Stoic strength, and it must become instant, a reflex. The forged man always knows exactly where his power ends, and wastes not 1 ounce of strength beyond that line. Discipline 2. Pour everything into what's yours, hold the rest loosely. Once you know your domain, commit to it totally. Give your absolute maximum effort, discipline, and standard to the things you control, hold nothing back there. And then release your grip entirely on the outcomes you don't control. Full force where you have power, open hand where you don't. This is the warrior's balance, total commitment to your effort, total acceptance of the result. Train like everything depends on you, then accept the outcome like nothing did. Discipline 3. Refuse to let the uncontrollable break you. When defeat, insult, loss, or misfortune comes, and it will, meet it with this truth. It was never in my control, and my strength does not depend on it. What is in my control, my response, my discipline, my next action, remains mine, untouched. This is the ultimate discipline, refusing to surrender your inner strength to external events. They can take the outcome. They cannot take your response, unless you let them. And the forged man never lets them. Now the honest word, because this ethos is built on truth, not posturing. First, mastering what you control does not mean not caring or not striving, the opposite. The Stoics were men of intense action, an emperor who ruled and warred, a teacher who shaped generations. This discipline is not passivity. It's pouring maximum effort into your domain while refusing to be enslaved by outcomes. You strive with everything you have, and you accept the result with strength. Full effort and acceptance are not opposites, they are the two halves of the forged man. And second, the line between what you control and what you merely influence takes wisdom to draw, and you won't always get it perfect. Some things you can shape without commanding, judging each case as its own skill, sharpened over time. This is a discipline to practice, not a rigid law to apply mechanically. The forging is in the daily effort to draw the line rightly, not in never being wrong about it. Here's where I'll leave you. An emperor and a slave, 2,000 years ago, at the absolute opposite ends of human circumstance, discovered the same source of unbreakable strength. Master completely what is yours to control, your effort, your discipline, your response, and stop trying to command what was never yours. The slave found freedom no chains could touch. The emperor found steadiness no defeat could shake. Same principle, same iron result. That strength is available to you, right now, for free. It asks only that you stop scattering your power across the uncontrollable, the opinions, the outcomes, the whims of fortune, and concentrate it entirely on the ground that is yours. What you do, and how you meet what comes. Do that, and like the emperor and the slave before you, you become unconquerable, not because you control the world, but because you have mastered the only thing you were ever meant to command. Yourself. Control what is yours. Command nothing else. And no force on earth can break a man who has learned the difference. That is the discipline of kings and slaves alike. Forge it, and it is yours. If this steel sharpened yours, the next video forges another discipline the Stoics used to become unshakable. That video's on your screen right now, and the full series is linked in the description below. Subscribe to Spartan Ethnos, Discipline Forged, Not Felt, every week. And in the comments, one line. What's one outcome you need to stop trying to control, so you can pour that strength into what's actually yours? Name it. That's Discipline 1. See you in the next one.